everybody. This is the Successful Surf Club series, an initiative designed to share knowledge and expertise with club leaders and to drive surf clubs forward. I'm your host, Alex, and today we welcome our guest speaker, Vita Marcrosa, President of Moore Park Surf Lifesaving Club. Today's episode is on Vita's role as the president of a regional club, being reinvigorating itself following a significant change or challenge. This is for club renewal and the journey today and how they've prepared for the future of the surf club. Hi, Vita.
Hello, and thank you so much for having me here today. It is a real honour, and I am thrilled to share some of the thoughts on goal setting and strategy, topics that are close to my heart as a surf club leader.
Fantastic. Hope the weather's okay up there today.
It is.
Vita, can you tell us a little bit about Moore Park Surf Lifesaving Club? I know you've been through some trials and tribulations over the last few years. Tell us about what that's been.
That is our logo, and we're located near Bundaberg, in the beautiful coastal town of Moore Park Beach, which boasts 16 kilometres of stunning shoreline. Today we are a small club with about 65 adult members, including just 11 bronze medallion holders. So we're not a big club at all. Our size I can't speak suddenly. Our size is both a challenge and also I think an opportunity as well.
All right. And so what have been the biggest challenges in attracting new members for your club?
There's been many, but notably the state of our clubhouse about 13 years ago, and I'll show you what's behind that little post-it note.
Sure.
13 years ago, due to massive weather incidents, our foundations have been compromised, and basically today, as we speak, the ocean is literally lapping at its foundation. There's a photo that I took not too long ago. And to be honest, if I was to chart a graph showing membership decline alongside the building's deterioration, the positive correlation would be unmistakable.
Sure.
Now this shows the very inaccurate maybe graph, but one side is rate of membership loss versus rate of the clubhouse decline.
So very much tied together. What is about to change with the club right now?
Well, right now we are in December 2024, and throughout the year we've been eagerly watching the construction of our brand new clubhouse. Here I have some artistic impressions. We haven't been able to go inside it, so I can't give you real photos. It's not quite finished, but we are literally sitting on the edge of our seats waiting to move in. And there is a real sense of excitement amongst our members and the community.
Fantastic. That looks much, much better than the previous image. So did Surf Lifesaving Queensland help to support your new clubhouse and help to galvanise the region?
Yes, this is an exciting development for us, and we have already seen a membership surge this year, and next year I expect we will have record-breaking new members. So that is a real bonus. But while it is exciting for us, I recognise that it is not a practical solution for other clubs. You can't go out there and say, hey, I have an issue with members, can I have a new clubhouse? So that is not very realistic. And I was just wondering in my previous slide whether SLSQ or SLSA have data on membership surges following new clubhouses. So I would love to know if there is some sort of statistical data in place. But moving on, yeah.
I think you guys are unique in this current situation, but you are not necessarily going to be the only club in that situation. So I think you're almost a flag bearer or a forerunner for the possibility of things that can happen for other clubs.
I guess my point is that while other clubs can't really get a new clubhouse, expect new members, we do share something in common, and that is that all clubs experience some sort of a shift and changes in current environment, whether it is good or bad. But whatever it is, it often represents an opportunity to reset your strategy and goals. So basically, strike while the iron is hot. And setting bold, unifying goals is something all clubs can replicate. And it can really transform the way we think and operate. Which brings me to the crux, I guess, of today's presentation, the big scary goal setting.
Yep.
There's the title.
That is a fantastic title. I suppose your one club, one vision, which I saw in earlier communication out to your members. Can you tell us about that plan?
Yes, it's simple. It is just one goal. There's only one goal to remember. It is simple yet audacious, because what our plan is, what our goal is to have 40 bronze medallion holders actively patrolling our beach. Now, to put this in perspective, think about the number of bronze medallions you have at your club. It might be 40 already. It might be 60, depending on the size of your club. But now think about quadrupling it. So if you think in those numbers, would you call that ambitious?
Yeah, and obviously, why for you guys do these ambitious goals matter?
Well, strategic goals need to challenge us. Actually, today, I will also challenge everyone, every listener, to set a single ambitious goal, one that will stretch your limits and also inspire your members. And Alex doesn't know this, but email Alex your scary goal at the end of this presentation, please.
Fantastic.
Or feel free to comment below so that everyone can see.
Yep.
So they do need to challenge us and be really big and scary. Have you heard about SMART goals?
SMART goals. So it's not about setting a SMART goal. What does SMART goal mean?
I remember learning them about when I was younger in high school, and then came across it again and again in business. So for those who need a bit of a reminder, SMART goal means specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So those are the type of things you look for achievable goals, but this is not what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, SMART goals might be a to-do list, or we can have New Year soon, so your New Year's resolution. But unfortunately, it lacks the inspiration and vision of a big, hairy, audacious goal. It's also called the BHAG. I'm pretty sure that's how I pronounce it. And I'm serious. This is a real term.
Yep.
You can Google it if you like, and you will see many, many references as to what it is. Initially, it was coined by Jim Collins in his book, Built to Last. So the BHAG is a compelling long-term goal, bold, ambitious. It actually needs to feel impossible at first, but not technically impossible. So you can't grow feathers and fly, okay? But you can fly with a plane. So can't be technically impossible. Also needs to inspire and unify everyone else around it, because it is so ambitious and it's so exciting and crazy, and it will definitely challenge the status quo and motivate action. So that's in a nutshell what a BHAG is. For a simple example, instead of saying we want more bronze, which we hear all the time from clubs, our BHAG is achieve 40 active bronze medallions. Now, this shifts the focus from wish to an audacious challenge. And yet, while at the moment it sounds like a SMART goal, but you need to take out the achievable word from the SMART acronym. Just completely take it out and replace it with unrealistic. Okay, so I guess the SMART goal, if you want to use the SMART quotations, becomes SMOOT. So instead of SMOOT, I like the big hairy goal better. because
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
actually, in fact,
yep.
the other day, a year ago, I bought a computer and it came with a pre-loaded programs and what have you, and it had a folder with a little monster picture on it, and actually the folder was called, within my computer that I did not create, my big hairy goal. So it is everywhere, and I was so happy to see it.
Fantastic. So how did you build your BHAG, your BHAG, or your big hairy achievable goal?
Audacious.
Audacious goal, sorry, audacious.
How to build one. Okay, so once you have developed a vision, we might go into how to develop that vision, because it is quite big and almost unachievable. You can achieve it by following 4 pillars, and it's almost like a rule book, basically. So the 4 rules or pillars, as you will, is first of all, spread the word. So you need to make your goal visible everywhere. The more people know about it, the more likely you will achieve it. So emails, events, uniforms, this is a real campaign, and it needs to be visible just as much as your club's logo. So think about everywhere you put your club's logo, your goal needs to be there as well. So that's how visible it is. And you know that you're successful in this if you ask a 5-year-old nipper what the BHAG is, and you hear that 40 bronze medallions, you know, I can't wait for that day. Pillar number 2 is to form alliances. You will not be able to do this yourself at all, but you will need to identify 5, and it's real science here, 5 influential organizations or people that can help you out. Basically, identify somebody that can hand you this goal on a platter, and then work to build relationships and build creative ways to partner with them. So that is quite hard, but you will need to have your members help you out with this, and you'll be surprised how many connections people have once you do start to talk to them about it.
Absolutely. Yep.
The 3rd pillar relates back to communication, but this is with your members. So keeping them informed, sharing updates, gathering feedback, maintain open dialogue to keep everyone engaged so that everyone knows where you are at. And then finally, number 4, which you can see, is celebrate the wins. Okay, so acknowledge milestones and celebrate any sort of wins, because that keeps the momentum and the excitement going. Because at the end of the day, it is a really difficult goal. You may not know how long it'll take. For some organizations, it can take 10, 15 years. In our club, we're not going to wait that long. We want to hit it hard and fast and have the momentum and excitement going to achieve our goals. So I'm looking in 2-year period, basically.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So where on this big, scary journey are you at with Moore Park at the moment?
So we've actually just literally started our big, scary goal, because I announced it about 4 weeks into it. And I can definitely see the excitement building in the club, and we are also, you know, engaging with other companies and organizations, and they are quite willing to help us with regards to that. I don't want to say too much, because I'm a believer that if I spill too much information before it actually happens, maybe that's something that we can revisit later on, maybe in 6 months, 12 months, to see how we're going and what strategies we've taken to get there, because we are just starting to do this.
Absolutely. I think it's fantastic. So tell us, how can other clubs get started on their journeys?
Absolutely. So this, you have a few webinars about talking about strategy. So this kind of links into the sort of semi-typical strategy building, and that is your mission is to identify the why. Just incidentally, can you see the slide, the green slide?
Sure can. Your mission, yes.
Yes, the why. So the why is really important, and it is actually a really hard question for companies, organizations to answer, because sometimes you just don't know why you do things. Luckily for us, with Surf Life Saving, we know exactly why we do things, and that is to save lives and create communities. So that big job is done. So knowing the why, then what you need to do is dream big. Okay, so what is it that you want to achieve that is truly transformative? And you don't need to know the how. You do not worry about the how, because remember, this needs to be impossible, mission impossible. So just focus on what you want to achieve, kind of like what Jobs did as well with Apple.
Yep.
Then communicate relentlessly. So everyone needs to be on board and believe in this goal. Now, someone said that goals should be developed as a team, as a team, board, members of the board and all that. However, as a president, you are charged with the task of setting the overall vision for the club, and technically no one else. So feel free to dream big and let it fly.
Cool.
Finally, once you do have your goal, and I need to mention that you can only have one, okay?
Yep.
Because it's big. If you have two, you're gonna lose your focus. You need to have a very razor sharp focus on it, and you can only pretty much do the one goal. So then you need to align your strategies, look at your every activity and task, and ask, how does this contribute to that end goal? And do we need it? So, or do we put more resources in it, or scratch it altogether? And now it's sort of going to the type of goal setting, the SMART goal settings that is open to the board and other leader groups. So that is how you come up with that big goal, if you follow those steps, basically. In a snapshot.
Fantastic.
Audacious goal, and the pillars will achieve and energize your members. And to sum up, a big, audacious, hairy, audacious goal, or sometimes people call it the big hairy goal. It is more than just a lofty aspiration. It is a unifying force. So don't underestimate this. It can transform your club, energize members, and inspire communities. And so I hope that brings a little bit of clarity what big aspiring goals are. And I hope that our club's journey will inspire you to dream big and cast bold goals of your own to your club.
Absolutely. Vida, that's fantastic. Where, obviously, in terms of access to what's happening with the Surf Club, we can go to your website. When do you expect the Surf Club to be up and running? The new club, sorry, your new fantastic club?
Yes, so I expect it January, I think, February. Right. Yes, as all buildings, there are complications. There are many stakeholders, and everything needs to be handed over in an appropriate manner.
Yes.
So it's literally around the corner. So by the time we have our next season up, we'll be in.
Definitely up and running by the next season.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. I really do appreciate your time. I love the initiative because it is about creating a big goal for the club. It creates that strategic view that club boards and presidents should be looking at. It hinges on communication and engagement, which are all key pillars and aspects of your big, hairy, audacious goal. I think that's fantastic.
I really enjoyed giving this presentation, Alex.